today is Wednesday, August the 28th, and I'm going to do a little modification to my ram pump. As you can see, it's running pretty good here now. The creek's a little dry, not too much water coming down, but some nonetheless. So what I'm going to do is going to add a standpipe, because if you watch this, I've got the valve tilted over, which is helping it run, but you notice it cycles about every I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds. And the reason it does that is because the pipe, the supply line or supply pipe is so long that it's not able to, that the pressure wave has to travel way back up to the end. So what I'm going to do is kind of go back up here a little bit, and probably, I don't know, somewhere up in that area, maybe where that bucket is or so, I'm going to add a standpipe, which should help it cycle a little faster. I mean, it does good the way it's doing, but I'm going to try to make it a little bit better. So first thing we're going to have to do here is shut off the supply line coming in. Been a while since I closed these valves, that are probably going to be tight. A lot of sediment in there. So we cut that off. And I'm also going to go ahead and cut off the delivery one as well. So we got it out running. One thing I saw too, where one of my fellow guys, Land to House, or Seth on Land to House, said, or one of the other guys said, that sometimes these accumulators can actually get waterlogged. So I might try draining that out. I don't know. We'll see how it runs after I put the standpipe in. So anyway, we've got the ram pump kind of stopped. So I'm going to go back. I thought I would cut these sections, are like, I think they're 10-foot sections, like from a joint there to the joint back there, right there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure back about 25 feet or so, maybe a little bit further. And actually, I think they're about 8 feet. So I'm going to count those back. So that's 1, 2, 3. Well, that's quite longer. I might have to measure them different. So anyway, I want to go back through here and probably, I don't know, I'm thinking there's my supply line, or my standpipe that I'm going to put in, some tools. I've got this pump right here. Got the idea from Seth at Land to House on how to prime it once I get done. But I think I'm going to put it somewhere up in those trees up in there, cut the pipe and put it in up there so it won't have to travel as far. So I'll update you in a few minutes. We'll come right back with how our progress is coming. All right, it's still Wednesday, August the 28th, 2024. And I got my standpipe in. There it sits right there. I'm not sure, I got it way too high. I don't know how high the pipe or the water goes in the pipe, but you don't want it overflowing out the top. So I've got it in there. I've got a piece of rebar that I'm gonna have to drive in a little bit deeper, but I'll give you some advice. Don't try to glue it with water coming down the pipe, because it's all, you can see it's all underneath those rocks there, and it's all underneath these rocks here and stuff. So what happened is I had a very tough time getting it together, and water was trying to run in there while I'm trying to glue it. So that little section right there is pressed in there, but I don't think it's glued very well. So we'll have to see what happens. So anyway, I've got to punch that rebar in there a little deeper, but you can probably see it's probably 8 foot tall in the air. And so I'm not sure how I'm going to beat it. I might have to cut it and beat it down. So, but anyway, but let me show you the cool thing. So I think I'm about 50 feet off of my ram pump, and we'll walk down here to it and check out this cycle time. Now, you saw earlier in the video where I showed you how slow it was doing. I tried tilting it up, but I still had to keep it tilted. But look at this. It's hitting harder, and it's hitting faster, like every second to maybe second and a half. So definitely made a difference. So we'll have to see. Like I've showed you before, it kind of goes off and goes up there, and the sun's kind of in my eyes here, but I don't know if you can see it up there, but up there, right up there, is my tank farm. It's about 28 feet up rough. So But what was really interesting was where I was putting in the standpipe. You know, one of the things you can tell is how much elevation you have is you can pick the pipe up and hold it up until you stop seeing water come off, and that tells you about how far it is. Well, I got mine up to about 4 or 5 feet, about 4 feet, I think. So I probably got more fall than I realized, like 4 feet. So, but it's definitely cycling a whole lot better. So thank you to Seth. I didn't even have to use my little pump thing to prime it. There was enough water coming down it that it self-primed itself. So it's running great, as I showed. So I'm just gonna let it sit here and keep on. The gnats are crazy down here. I'm gonna let it keep on going, and yeah, and so see how it does. So anyway, just a little quick update here of what I've done to my ram pump. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll try to read them, even though I'm not much of a ram pump expert. But anyway, I hope that's going to make it much better. So thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.